Hi everyone, hi, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Rinske Douna, and I paint. So I'm in my blue era and creating winter-inspired paintings. And it's been freezing here, so it's very cold and it's time to use some silver. Well, if you know me and follow me for a longer time, I'm so drawn to gold as a metallic, and I hardly use any silver. So that's gonna be fun, because I think silver and blue is a beautiful combination. And I'm just making a wet brown background on this canvas, so it's nice and wet, so it can flow. I will start with blue and then I will go with silver. Got a new brush. Once in a while I need a new brush. It's been a while that I painted because I've been on holiday. We went to Disneyland Paris, and so I have no plan there. But I love the circular motions that I'm doing, so let's just create a couple of them. So it's now highly intuitive because there's no plan in place, and I just need to start feeling where I want my brushstrokes to be. So funny part, I'm only using one color still, the Prussian Blue. Yeah, I think this is a beautiful layout. So let's start with some silver, shall we? This is silver by Golden Fluid Acrylics. Yeah, that will definitely be more visible once it dries. I do want a little bit of the background covered. I feel this part can be covered too as the background, and then further I really like it when there's bare canvas. Alright, so first I will bring some more contrast in this painting, again with Prussian Blue. I do as well have some paint spray, so I can always use that as well to make more contrast. And Payne's gray is a gray, but it has this beautiful blue shade to it. I just love to not overthink my paintings, really, because if I do, then I start seeing mistakes and I have a clear plan, and now I don't, and I feel free and I enjoy the process a lot more. I do want to use some gold and probably also some copper, which I used in these paintings, and I love how that looks. So, metallics and Prussian blue it is for today, I guess. It's turning a little bit greenish. I like that. I always try to find a balance and a harmony with every color that I add. So here's gold, here, here, here. So now that looks totally composition-wise in harmony for me. We're definitely missing the copper, so let me get the copper and bring some copper to this canvas, and then I will be starting with the white, but not too much this time. Maybe just a couple of lines. Not really feeling the copper this time, so I will stop that. So I've been looking at this painting, and I think composition-wise, I love it when it flows down. We'll be making this part very dark here. I like it when some parts are very dark. Yeah, that's looking icy. Yeah, I think this is beautiful up here. You know what? I do want white here. I wanted this first dark. Now I feel like more. And it's some white. I really like those lines. I think that makes it so much more abstract. It gives more of a little bit of a ledger feeling. You catch my tricks? Okay, very cool. Let's move on to this part. Oh no, I forgot. I have my new shoes on. Already covered in white. These are the shoes I should have been wearing. Oh, alright. White in this area. Let's continue. Don't overthinking. And every time when I do a brush stroke with the white, I dip my brush in another color. And if you want to learn this, I have a course, Botanical Abstract Painting course on smartartcourses.com, and it's available for purchase. And sometimes I really like to blend the colors, so now I'm blending the gold together with some of that Prussian blue, get a different shade out of this. This is very icy. I love it. I kind of like this painting like this as well. It's a composition that feel like, adding an overlapping line there. Let's do that later. Silver or that interference blue that I used in these paintings gives such a beautiful blue shine. And let's add a little bit of that interference blue. So, and this is a color you won't see when I'm adding it, but when it dries, you do see it. It works like pearl colors, if you know what pearl colors are, and they only work on dark colors, or at least then they're the most fit. I do have a feeling this painting needs more. Definitely an overlapping line, probably going there, but further, maybe when it's dry, some gold final touches or some silver final touches. I feel like adding like a couple of snowflakes in this painting. I do want to create that overlapping line I was talking about. Let's just go from here. That's gorgeous. Alright, so that was definitely something that was missing. No, I don't like it. No. Oh no. It is bringing it all more together, isn't it? I will rotate this and work it out from here. And it's abstract, guys, so nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with it. I do need to be careful when I rotate it because the white That's very fluid, and I don't want that to be running on this canvas. Yeah, I like that overlapping lines, but I'm loving this one. Do I want to add some more copper now? No, sometimes I have trouble to stop. It's the next day, painting is fully dry, loving this design, and I've went ahead and already started to create some snowflakes in silver here. I want to cover like this full background. I have this beautiful pencil by Tosca in silver. So what I do is I just create first a star, really, and then create like those sort of arrow lines. Let's get started with that. Here she is. What a different painting. I'm loving the snowflakes. So many snowflakes, so many different ones as well. And one huge one over here to create a focal point. Yeah, I really love this look of this painting. I loved it before the snowflakes, but I think this is such a cool add-on. Please let me know in the comments what you think. I would really, really love to hear it. Even though if you don't like it, just give me some good feedback here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.